President Trump signed an executive order to ensure that every infant born alive, including extremely premature or disabled babies, receives medical care. The president wrote in the order, "It is the policy of the United States to recognize the human dignity and inherent worth of every newborn or other infant child, regardless of prematurity or disability, and to ensure for each child due protection under the law." President Trump said during the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast this week that he intended to sign the order. Despite federal laws protecting the rights of infants, the president said, some hospitals refuse the required medical screening examination and stabilizing treatment or otherwise do not provide potentially life-saving medical treatment to extremely premature or disabled infants, even when parents plead for such treatment. He said, hospitals might refuse to provide treatment to extremely premature infants, born alive before 24 weeks of gestation, because they believe these infants may not survive, may have to live with long-term disabilities, or may have a quality of life deemed to be inadequate. Active treatment of extremely premature infants has, however, been shown to improve their survival rates. And the denial of such treatment, or discouragement of parents from seeking such treatment for their children, devalues the lives of these children and may violate federal law. He said such infants are entitled to meaningful and non-discriminatory access to medical examination and services, with the consent of a parent or guardian, when they present at hospitals receiving federal funds. President Trump urged Republican lawmakers to investigate bombshell disclosures that the FBI relied on a suspected Russian spy to justify secret surveillance of his campaign in 2016 in search of evidence of collusion with Moscow. At a campaign rally in Atlanta, Georgia, the president called out to Republican Senator David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, and Representative Doug Collins, who were in the audience, to get to work on the scandal. The president called out with a smile, "David, if you guys can start working on that when you get back. Doug, please, if you don't mind. Kelly, start working on that with David, please, okay. I think Monday morning would be okay." William Barnett, an FBI agent assigned to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, said he believed there was a "get Trump" attitude among some people in the special counsel's office and that prosecutors, rather than FBI investigators, pushed most of the decisions. A summary of his comments was disclosed late Thursday in the case of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn by the Justice Department as part of its request to have the case dismissed. Other disclosures in text messages show that FBI and CIA personnel purchased personal liability insurance because they were worried about the implications of the agency's actions in the FBI's probe of the Trump campaign. And the so-called Steele dossier, on which the FBI based its suspicions of Russian collusion, included allegations from a suspected Russian spy, a fact never disclosed to the secret court that granted the surveillance warrants. The president said the revelations show that the allegations of Russian collusion against him turned out to be the exact opposite. He said the Obama administration was in bed with Moscow. He said, "They were the ones that were dealing with Russia. It was a disinformation campaign." President Trump is expected to replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg Saturday night with Judge Amy Coney Barrett. She was a top favorite of social conservatives to fill the seat after Justice Anthony Kennedy retired in 2018, but the president ultimately nominated Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Sources told The Washington Times Friday night that Judge Barrett is the nominee for this high court vacancy. The president told reporters that he's made up his mind, but wouldn't confirm that his choice is Judge Barrett. Mr. Trump said at Joint Base Andrews after returning from a trip to Florida, "I haven't said it was her, but she is outstanding." The president said he did not meet with Judge Barbara Lagoa of the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, another contender for the nomination, during his visit to her home state. However, he did meet with Judge Barrett earlier this week. Judge Barrett currently sits on the 7th United States Circuit Court of Appeals. The 48-year-old judge is a devout Catholic and taught at Notre Dame Law School, which she also attended, prior to her nomination to the 7th Circuit to fill a seat on the federal bench belonging to Indiana. Her faith became a sticking point for Democrats during her confirmation hearing for the appeals court seat when they raised questions about if she could separate her duty as a Catholic, and the Church's pro-life teaching, from her judicial responsibilities. Judge Barrett is described as an originalist and a textualist. She clerked for the late Justice Antonin Scalia after she graduated from law school. The Senate confirmed her to the Seventh Circuit by a 55-43 vote. Senate Republicans have vowed to move forward with the president's pick ahead of the November 3, despite Democrats demanding they wait to see who wins the presidency, saying the next president should fill the high court vacancy. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill suggested this week that there could be a confirmation hearing in mid-October with a confirmation vote before Election Day. After news broke that Judge Barrett was the president's pick ahead of Saturday's formal announcement from the White House, conservative groups praised her record. David McIntosh, president of the Club for Growth, said, "In the coming years, the Supreme Court will decide many critical cases on issues that will shape America's economy. Either the Supreme Court will let the free market operate without excessive government interference, or it will give the administrative state power it should never have." Judge AMY Coney Barrett is an excellent selection who has shown a rock-solid commitment to originalism and the Constitution. Meanwhile, liberal groups said Judge Barrett would damage the Affordable Care Act, which is before the court in a case scheduled for November 10. Leslie Dack, chair of Protect Our Care, said, "From day one, President Trump has made clear that he would only nominate justices to the Supreme Court who would vote to take down the Affordable Care Act. And now, with 200,000 Americans already dead, President Trump is jamming through a Supreme Court justice who will take away America's health care in the middle of this pandemic, because 1 week after the election, the Supreme Court will hear his lawsuit to completely dismantle the ACA." Amy Allison, founder of the liberal women's group She the People, said Judge Barrett would be a detriment to our democracy if confirmed. Ms. Allison said, "Today's news is devastating. Judge AMY Coney Barrett in no way fills the immense void Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg left on our highest court. She is favored among Trump-loyal conservatives, and her judicial record makes it clear she would be solidly opposed to abortion rights and inclined, even eager, to reverse Roe Wade and the Affordable Care Act." She also added, "If confirmed, right-wing judicial activist Barrett would reshape the law and society for generations to come. She is a detriment to our democracy." Senator Bill Cassidy, Louisiana Republican, said he intends to meet with Judge Barrett soon, calling her a terrific choice. He said, "She has the right legal mind and experience to serve on the court." Judge Barrett would be only the second Supreme Court justice from Louisiana, and she's going to make our state and nation proud.